Hello everybody, and welcome to Nocturnal Island. Thank you for joining me here today. In this video I show you how I made this wolf Carol plushie inspired by episode 602 of The Walking Dead, where yes, the wolves attack Alexandria. And this has actually been a long-standing request by Miss Danielle Sterling, which she actually requested a couple of months ago, and I've been meaning to do a Carol plushie, and I was just trying to figure out what episode to model her after, and I chose this one because she was just so epically awesome in that episode, and I think it also added a lot to her internal struggle that we kind of saw in the end of season 6. But yeah, anyways, if you want to see how I made this and possibly make one for yourself, just keep on watching. And also, if you need a list of all the tools and materials, be sure to check out the description box below. So, the first step is to, of course, cut out all of your pieces, which a link to the templates can be found in the description box below. It's completely free. All I ask is that you use it for your own personal use and don't go trying to sell this, because AMC and the Walking Dead people may get upset if you try to make a profit from their stuffs. But anyways, as you can see, these are all the pieces that you need. The templates will also tell you how many pieces to cut out, what kind of fabric to use, and stuff like that. And if you have any questions, just leave them down below, but it's pretty straightforward. Next, we're going to get all of our body pieces ready for assembly. So all you're going to need to do is sew along all of the red solid lines, as you see indicated here, using a blanket stitch. And you're going to want to leave the little blue areas open, because that's what we're going to use to stuff it / attach all of the pieces together. So I started by marking off the little opening that I need to leave on the headpiece, because that's the first piece that I started sewing, and then I just went ahead and started my blanket stitch. If you guys need further instruction on any of the stitches that I use in this video, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll perhaps do a separate video for that. But I basically just went all the way around the perimeter of the headpiece until I ended up with something like this. And then I just went ahead and turned it inside out using a pen to kind of help me get the corners. And once it was all flipped inside out nicely, I went ahead and stuffed it until I was happy with the fluffiness. Then I just set it aside and moved on to the next body part. So for the arms and the legs, it's pretty much the same deal, except you're going to want to hide the knot this time by inserting the needle on the inside or in between the two pieces, because we're not going to be turning the limbs inside out. And then you're just going to blanket stitch all the way around up one side, leaving one side open like so you can create kind of like a pocket, and you're going to stuff it and then sew up a little bit, stuff it and sew up a little bit, just to make the stuffing process a little bit easier. And the same goes for the legs later on, as you will see.
Ooh, baby, I love your way every day, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Shadows grow so long before my eyes, and they're moving.
Ta-da! The legs are done. And for the torso, you're pretty much going to do the same thing. Insert the needle in between the two pieces and work your way all the way around, stopping at about the other shoulder so that you can go ahead and stuff it. And then you just want to close that up once you're done filling her up. All done. Now for her boot, you're going to do the same thing. Sew along the red areas using a blanket stitch, leaving the blue areas open so we can turn the boot inside out later before we sew on the bottom piece. So here is my boot ready to go. I'm simply going to turn it inside out, and then I'm going to take the brown oval bottom piece and attach it to the main boot part using a fell stitch. Just working my way all the way around and then adding a little bit of stuffing, and you're pretty much done. So next step is to attach the head, the limbs, and the boots to the body. And to do this, you're going to use a ladder stitch. To start, you want to insert the needle on the inside of the limb or whatever it is you're trying to attach, and then create a horizontal stitch onto the other piece, and continue this repeating pattern of horizontal stitching from the limb to the torso, or like in this case it's the boot to the leg, and you want to do that for all the pieces and just tie those all off with a knot, and we'll move on to the next step. So for her hair, we're first going to glue the two pieces together along the top side here with the right sides facing together, and this will create kind of like a nice seam for us to attach to her head. And before we attach the hair, we actually want to glue down her eyes and her eyebrows first so that the eyebrows aren't floating above her hair. And then just go ahead and take some more hot glue and glue that down to Carol's head, making sure to do the front, back, and also the sides. You're going to want to squish and pinch those sides together so that you can cover up that side seam. To make it not look so boxy, I went ahead and trimmed the corners to make them a little more rounded. Now to get her dressed, I started with the shirt, and we're going to hem all of these pink areas down by folding them over. I did about 1/8 of an inch, but you can go up to 1/4, I suppose, and you just want to hot glue those down. And then once you're done hemming, go ahead and glue the two pieces together in the orange areas indicated as so. And it should look like this when you're all done. Now to make her pants, take a piece of dark blue or navy fabric and place the doll on top of it and sketch out her leg / inseam onto the piece of fabric, and then fold it over, and then you're just going to cut out 2 of those pieces. Then with those 2 pieces opened up on top of each other, you're going to glue down the little angular area, as you see me doing here, and that is going to create her little inseam for you, and you're going to do that on both sides. Once you're done with that, go ahead and open them up and turn the pants inside out and put them on the Carol plushie. All you have to do is glue closed your 2 pant legs, just like so. Now for her jacket, you're going to use the same hemming process that you used for her t-shirt by folding over all of the raw edges by about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, and then gluing those over, just like you see here. Then you're going to begin assembling the jacket by first attaching the front and back pieces together at the shoulders. Next, we're going to attach the sleeves by opening up the jacket like so and matching up the curved part of the sleeve with the curved opening on the jacket. I did make a mistake by attaching it to the inside of the jacket where the hems are showing. You actually want to flip this to the front side and attach it to the correct side of the jacket so that you can create a nice hem on your sleeve as well. Again, my mistake, but by the time I realized it, the glue had already set, so I just left it. But anyways, once you're done with that, you're just going to finish off the jacket by gluing down the sides and then placing it on your Carol. Then go ahead and hem the wrist area of both sleeves and then close it off by putting some glue down and folding those 2 pieces together like so. And voila! Your jacket is almost done. Now for her hoodie, you're going to want to hem both of the pieces at the front along this pink area as you see here by folding it over about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch and hot gluing that down just like you did before. And then all you're going to do is glue the two pieces together along the curved side, and then we'll attach it to the jacket. Hemming those pieces and then gluing them together. Now with the hoodie right side out, go ahead and attach it to the back of the jacket with some more hot glue, just like so. To finish it up, go ahead and lay down a strip of glue on the rest of the remaining fabric, just like so, and then kind of just scrunch it together, folding it or pleating it until you get a nice little bunched up piece like so. And then you're just going to take a small dab of glue and attach it to the front and repeat that on the other side as well. Then taking a bandana or a white piece of fabric folded into like a triangle shape, go ahead and tie that off on her face just like this. Home stretch, guys, so just go ahead and attach your two gun pieces together with some more hot glue and then glue that to one of her hands. And as an option, you can also attach a chopstick to her other hand, which will be kind of like Morgan's staff, and then go ahead with some red paint and paint on the W on her forehead, and you're all done. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, guys, and if you did, please let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe and join us here on this virtual DIY island community centered around all things TV show, movie, and pop culture related. And if you have any suggestions, thoughts, or questions, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And that about wraps it up for this video, you guys. Until next time, Nokturnalites, good night and good luck. Thanks for watching!